Okay? 1, 2.
When you're a fighter, you go against societal norms. And you don't do it for the financial rewards. Because it pays very little. That you're doing something simply because you love it.
I had accepted that I was just going to be living under a ring till I was an old man. I don't have this. I'm a mess. I'll get myself into so much trouble. So it's about finding my peace.
Ko ngā hau o te uru, ko ngā hau o te tonga. Whangahia te wairua ki te taro o te ora.
The Relentless team are now into their 3rd week of training at City Kickboxing. At the end of this 8-week fight camp, one contestant will win a year-long scholarship to train on the City Kickboxing professional fight team. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So, when 2 new contestants were added last week,
What's actually going to happen today is the 6 is actually going to turn into 8.
it certainly ruffled some feathers.
Kyle, my brother, and Corin come in and join the group. When they come in, everyone was a bit surprised. As soon as Eugene said that it was my brother, everyone sort of looked at me and they're like, "Oh, did you know?" I was like, "Oh, no." But yeah, of course I fucking knew, so.
And all of a sudden there's 8. I was like, far out. What else are they telling us?
But Kyle and Corin are not in for an easy ride. Every aspect of this fight camp is a test to help Eugene choose the scholarship winner. And the final opportunity to prove they have what it takes will be inside the cage. An MMA match where they'll need to put all they've learnt into action. So, if they want to be fight ready in just 6 weeks, they'll need to be initiated into the fold the CKB way.
First class I went to, Dan Hooker, he was just hunting me down. He went pretty full on, you know, smashing me. I was trying to defend, but it was real intense, you know, like once I was hurt, he kept attacking, you know, going for it.
You definitely want 3-minute rounds. Get up, Mayaki!
First night I seen Kyle get smashed by Dan, like every second round, I was loving it. Sort of like a PTSD almost, like, oh fuck, I remember when that happened to me. It's just no good.
Yeah, time. Circle up.
Yeah, I just had to do what I could to survive the round.
Give him a working over, see what he's made of. Tough young kid, hung in there, fought back, stuck at it.
Even though I'm 2 weeks late, I won't be falling behind or anything. I think my best attribute is my determination, you know, like even if you're losing, you can't give up. You just got to keep going, keep pushing and just get there.
The candidates have been chosen on what level they're at, but they've also been chosen on what potential I feel they can reach.
No tata.
What up? Oh shit! This is definitely not bad.
Being involved in the show, yeah, it's an exciting time and it's an exciting opportunity.
We are
I've been professional for the last 2 years in kickboxing. What's been holding me back from MMA is patience and just waiting for the right moments. It's something that you can't rush because it is such a short career. Just been waiting for the right times to strike, and here's a window of opportunity, so I'm trying to jump through it.
So this is our healing room that I was raised in. So my nan
and my mum both studied Reiki healing, massage, Indian head massage. I feel like I've had quite an alternative upbringing. I actually grew up on the more or less festival scene. They would take me around in a van, in this cool van, and they would park up and do their Reiki healing and massages. Obviously, disclaimer that this is no longer my house. This is my mum's house, so I don't just have photos of myself up like this. I found out about MMA when I was 7 years old, seeing it for the first time on TV and being like, I'm doing this, this is me. When I was 17 years old, I had my very first MMA fight. He was quite formidable, he was quite well known, and I trained my ass off in that camp and ended up coming away with a second round finish. Ended up breaking his ribs. From there, I dived deep into kickboxing because obviously you can get way more kickboxing fights in New Zealand than MMA fights, so we're like, oh, we might as well get that experience up. The reason that I've fallen in love with combat sports, when you're walking into that cage or that ring, you've got someone else right in front of you that wants to take your head off as hard as they can. At the end of the day, you have no idea what's going to happen, and that in itself excites me very much. I remember my principal asking us, what you're going to be doing after school, where you're going to be going to university. And I was like, man, I'm just going to fight. I'm just going to fight for a living. And then obviously, as the years goes by, I understood that you can't make money all of a sudden just by doing fights. Obviously, you have to go get a normal job. So I'm hoping that this opportunity creates me saying, I don't want a job anymore and I'm just doing this full time.
MMA fans around the world know the names of Israel Adesanya, Dan Hooker, Carlos Ulberg and Kai Kara France. But inside these walls, they're far from global superstars. They're just part of a team that shares information and inspires each other to greatness.
I don't really have to introduce him, but I will just to be official. This is Kai Kara France, number 5 best flyweight in the world at the moment, soon to be number 1. He's been exactly in the spot where you guys are now. He's won, he's lost, he's cut weight, he's put on weight, you name it. He's been behind in fights, won in the last second. His insight will be very valuable.
I'll use you, bro. So he's on the wall, he's getting ready, I'm fainting.
Yeah, I was kind of a bit starstruck for a wee bit.
I picked my time to come in.
Especially some of the moves he was showing, I was like, oh, I've literally seen you just knock people out with that setup.
So I just want him to be kind of on edge, rather than me just coming in recklessly. I got to set it all up. So fainting, shifting, bridge the gap, and I get his hands up. My knee, my shoulder, and my head are all connected to the wall. So it's got to be, your arm's got to be locked. Yeah, and time, bring it in. I think I was 18 or 19, left my home, one-way ticket, dropped out of university, pretty much went all in.
What I gathered from Kai's chat was just how much he had to give up in his life to commit to fighting.
They could have a stable job, but they've given it all up to just give it 110%. They pretty much sacrifice everything.
I've had every job under the sun, bro. I've worked at the zoo, I worked on vineyards. You go for a lot of struggles, a lot of highs and lows. Asking my family for money, and they were sick of kind of funding this fantasy that I was doing, and to them they were supportive, but they were well, eventually he's going to realise he's got to go get a real job, right?
There's a multitude of sacrifices you have to make when you choose this lifestyle.
If Kai hadn't worked all those shitty jobs and he just came here and got the dough, he would 100% take everything for granted. and he wouldn't work as hard.
And ultimately, the life of a fighter,
You play the struggle of,
maybe this is not financially viable for the future, and maybe it's better I quit now than spend another 5 years doing this. But you do it because you love it.
Takiri mai I te ao. Takiri mai I te pō.
Yeah.
Ko taku mana tēnā e tu ake nei.
The Relentless team are learning what it takes to be a top-level professional fighter. But the journey to a high-level athlete is not made in the gym alone. Coach Eugene enlists the skills of experts from nutritionists to breathwork to make sure his crew is fight ready.
Today we're going to be doing some stuff around breathing development, and that is, do you have good access to your diaphragm, the primary muscle of breathing? If you don't, and you're in the ring, you can get what we call diaphragmatic fatigue. And a lot of the time when we see athletes, we call it hitting the wall or gassing out, we think it's their cardio. A lot of the time it's their breathing.
Woody has become an integral part of this team.
I want you to take 4 of your deepest breaths.
I have seen the direct benefits of the work come out during fights.
This is not an exercise in your cardio. You're going to use the breathing gears. As we get further along, you've got to regulate your breathing the whole way.
That was a cool experience, learning how to breathe correctly, control it and recover well. And I'm writing this stuff down, I'm going over it in my head, I'm going over it in my notebook.
Well done. Perfect. Now go to gear 4. No stopping now and really focusing on the gears.
But it's a mental game, and once you just get through it and breathe and just push, you'll be surprised what your body can do. And that's exactly what I've done.
So the fastest person is next to me. Team up with someone and get behind.
Probably you, Jesse, go first.
I think everyone's saying you're the fastest.
Yeah, we had a race with the kettlebells to the top of the sand dunes, and he's telling everyone he's going to beat me, so I was like, all right, this fella.
3, 2, 1, push.
He called go, and I just went.
Oh, he's fast. Go.
Yeah, smoked him. He said no one's ever beaten him up that hill on this course. Proud ass.
Thought I was going to beat you up the dune.
We're here to do this. That's what I want to show I'm capable of doing.
Ko taku haora e hamaru mai. Whakapiri mai. Whakahoro mai.
Coming up here to Auckland, yeah, definitely getting tested and challenged, but that's exactly what I wanted.
Bon appetit.
I need to jump straight to the top of the snake and you know, go for that guy. Because, you know, I don't have a long time in this. I want the mortgage paid. I want my partner to relax, focus on her health and time to bring up our family. I kind of want to just get to that point where I can provide all that for them.
I'm going to give you some looks to go off. First one I want you to do, I want you to go like this. And then bring the right shoulder forward, right hand, go here. Bop, bop, bop. Throw whatever combo off you want.
The Relentless crew are now more than a third of the way through the program. And they've seen firsthand the level of training it takes to get to the top of the fight world.
Nice, Maioki. Came in a little bit too much in front of that right hand. In Australia, all the fighters have over there is a good right hand, and they got nothing else. So basically, you'll beat every fighter in Australia if you know how to avoid that right hand. But when you fight a New Zealander, you might be in trouble.
And they're also getting to know Coach Eugene's teaching style.
Experience with Eugene is just copping shit and giving shit, really.
Now, when I would normally do that, I don't. I step, whap, bop, bop.
Coming here, I didn't really know what he'd be like sort of as a person, but, you know, definitely happy with the way he is, you know. I'm glad he's not some boring old guy.
I would count that as like a variation of the same look. So sometimes I would be like, leave the hand back. Sometimes I'd put it out.
The idea is they're seeing something different. And that sometimes that little bit of variance is enough to be like, oh, the fuck, why is that different to last time? It's just enough to just keep the mind ticking over, yeah?
As a coach, he articulates everything. He has an answer for every single thing, and he has multiple sort of different ways to go about it. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Your name, please.
I'm Brody. I started MMA when I was 7.
Hell. How old are you?
18.
Yeah.
As the youngest contestant on this journey, Brody has a definite advantage. But this week of education has shown him that to win this competition, he'll need to step it up.
The way I was thinking was, your fighting career doesn't really end until like 35, 36. I've got just shy of 20 years. But being here and talking to everyone sort of thing, you realise like that's the end.
Get as much air in as you can. Relax, let it drop out.
If I'm not there within the next 5, 10 years, you know, the chance to get in the UFC and all that just start to just plummet. You know, it's definitely an eye-opener.
Please breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Breathe in to the top, breathe
I just
in.
sort of said to myself, you know, like it's time to sort of put my finger out. Can't just wait till the fight at the end. I need to be 110%.
Have you done ice bath before?
Once.
Okay, well, so this is going to be colder than any ice bath you've done.
Ice bath, it's different to what you sort of think. Like imagine you're drowning yourself and no matter how much you want to stay under, your body just wants to get out, and that's what it felt like trying to get in.
Check your feet up there. Yeah, you got it, you got it, you got it. Confidence, 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 confidence. Confidence, courage, confidence, courage, confidence, courage. Breathing, that's it, you got it. And remember, close your mouth.
Everything just goes numb. And it's like you've just been hit by a bus sort of thing.
Okay, now you're on your nose. Stick your hands under your thighs. You got it, you got it, you got it.
I think I put myself in a different mindset, knowing I have to perform. You know, pretty much just trying to outdo whoever's in front of me.
Get your shoulders under. That's it. A little bit more.
These are all tests.
Should we make you do 3 minutes then? No, we'll do 2. We'll do 2.
They culminate in the particular mindset that you take into the cage. You have to put that mindset up against the other person's mindset. And these things are the things that help build strength.
Time. Done. Thank you very much. Come on.
Kieran Joblin is one of CKB's veteran fighters with more than 13 years in the game. He knows more than anyone that working on yourself outside the gym is an important part of making yourself mentally stronger.
Being half Māori, half Pākehā, I grew up in the South Island, didn't really fit in anywhere. Even moving up north, people were like, oh, you're from the South, you presume you can't even speak Māori. In 2019, my toa passed away. At the end of the tangi, went back to the marae. It was our turn to speak, and there was no one on our side that could speak on my toa's behalf, and that was like a real yuck feeling.
Whakapiri mai, whakahonohono mai, whakahonohono mai.
And my youngest boy, Brax,
E haumaru ai.
he goes to Kuru and Orake. I've got to be on my toes to stay out with him. By yourself? Or are you telling me when I'm out, eh? Am I talking it? I can't just send him there and then pick him up at 3 and then go home and speak English to him. That would just be like a waste of time. So, at the same time I started studying as well.
Pura pura whetū ki te rangi, ko mā tātua ki te whenua e tūnei, tihe e mauri ora. Ka tika rā ko ngā kupu tuatahi ki te mātua te rangi, nāna nei hanga.
Fighting, te ao Māori, te reo, they're all like very similar to me.
Ki ngā tiri ngaroa te wā, rātou mā, kua hiki tō o pairau. Ka tau ki te pai o maumaharatanga, haere, haere, whakangaroa tū rā.
Fighting is like a never-ending pursuit of trying to improve yourself and get better. And for me, like that's the same with reo, te ao Māori. I feel like the more mana I get from speaking reo and all those things, my confidence as a fighter will grow as well.
Kia hu mai te pohanga tapu tapu wātea, te whare o te mānu ki te whare kurua manu ka pūua. Tēnei au te hōtu nei hokai a wai whanāringa. Hiko ia te whetū, hiko ia te marama, kei te whai a, Kei te ao marama. Whānau, haramai te tōki. Haungi e. Tānaki e.
He atua I rangi, he atua I nuku.
Let's go, work.
To round out this week of education, the crew have gone to watch one of Eugene's fighters compete at Arsenal X, one of New Zealand's most high-profile competitions.
Aaron Toll is a young up-and-coming fighter. He's also a very good connection to tangata whenua, to the people of the land.
The will to want to fight, that's something that you can't teach people. It was always something that was embedded in my wairua. Couldn't really avoid it as much as I tried to.
Good.
By being attentive, you figure out what's important. Your ability to push yourself every fight camp. Find aspects of your game that you need to not just grow but strengthen. And then find the things that you're really good at and make them even stronger.
I, ne, pono, o te maka, era. Whakateka ke ana, nei ko te mana, toa.
This week has been all about showing the Relentless crew exactly what it takes to become a professional fighter. The sacrifice, the hard work, and the relentless focus. But there's another unpredictable part of the journey that's even harder to conquer.
My first week, part of City Kickboxing, the sparring session on point like it had never been before. And then, unfortunately, someone had stepped on my akleash. Try and get up and move, and I'm in excruciating pain.
Injuries and sickness, they have to be expected. They're a part of every training camp.
Perfectly right on the akleash, unfortunately.
Get some ice and some physio tomorrow.
Yeah, bro.
They create a lot of adversity. They put you on the sideline when the last thing you want to do is be on the sideline.
Yeah. Cock.
Tau mai te Māori, ko te Māori o tū. Ko ngā hau o te uru, ko ngā hau o te tonga. Whangai hia te wairua ki te taro o te ora. O tū mātou e ngā